Parlando del Barolo, io ho sempre sentito dai miei anziani, vecchi amici, che per esprimere il massimo dell'armonia, pur conservando la sua complessità, occorrerebbe in linea di principio cercare di fondere armoniosamente le UE delle varie sottozone che abbiamo a disposizione. Non si può descrivere con delle formule algebriche, ma è un concetto che va realizzato con l'esperienza e l'osservazione del tempo, eventualmente attingendo anche all'esperienza dei vecchi che ci hanno tramandato.
Ale, si va! I made it again, all the way to the top of the hill in Diano d'Alba, like my brother and I used to do when we were children. This is my old bike, my old Bianchi. It's at least 45 years old, and we used to ride the bike all the way up the hill. And when you get here, you're tired, but you're happy because you see the whole of the Langhe, 360 degrees around you, and in particular, the whole of the Barolo Langhe. It's all behind me. You can clearly see the castle of Serralunga d'Alba, and then right behind it's Monforte d'Alba, and then in the middle the round tower of Castiglione Falletto, a little bit lower Barolo, and then on this side La Morra, which is just as high as it is here, about 530 meters. And my father used to tell me about those places and how the terroir, the soil, changed from one place to another. This area here in Serralunga and Monforte that the geologists call Helvetian soil is older and very tough clay. And the opposite side, La Morra, Verduno and Novello are a little bit looser. You know, the soil has more sand. But in the middle, you have sort of a happy medium where the two terroirs come together in a mix which generates very fine, very elegant, perfumed Barolos. So somehow the idea of creating a Barolo which is the synthesis of those three terroirs was already in my mind, and it came back later in my life, and this is what I'm trying to do now with my Barolo Trecomuni. And this is the terroir of the Langhe. This is the famous Sant'Agata marl. It's a composite of clay, lime, and sand. It looks like a rock, but when you break it, you realize how much sand it is, how breakable, crumbly it is. And this is the reason why it remains dry. This is after 10 days of rain, and yet the rain seeps through, it's very porous, and the surface remains very, very dry. This is also the best explanation for the quality of our wines, because the roots of the vines have to go very deep to find water and mineral salts, but the surface remains gray, like you see it now, and dry. And here my project becomes true. Barolo Trecomuni is almost ready. This is the synthesis of 3 different Barolos that were aged separately for 2 years, and only at the 3rd year they were merged together. Barolo from Serralunga, which is ample, powerful, deep, and classic. Barolo from Monforte, which is more austere, very tannic, almost chewy, but very deep. And finally, Barolo from La Morra, which adds some freshness and in particular very forward bouquet and also a touch of elegance. All three together have remained one more year in a big barrel, Slavonian oak, and it's now ready to be bottled, and that will be Barolo Rosso Trecomuni.